before we dive into the topic for today,
Mm-hmm.
you talked about you were trying to tell us the difference between comparison and appreciation.
Yes.
Those two words seems common, but sometimes it causes serious problem in a family.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe in the video you said appreciation is like when you say you like something. Now, what if I'm just asking
Mm-hmm.
you? Okay, this is a husband and wife, and probably the man just said, I think I like the way this your friend does her thing, and you
Mm-hmm.
just hear, why are you comparing me?
Yes.
So how do you avoid? How do you avoid? How do you actually avoid that?
I think the word avoid is a very delicate word in marriage.
Okay.
When we use the word avoid, we're trying to say there's a boundary,
Okay.
there's a limit to what you can, talk about, or to which area you can get into when you're dealing with me as your husband or your wife.
Okay.
My wife and I, for instance, we have a rule of thumb, and that is we can talk about anything and everything.
Wow.
So there's no subject under the sun that I would raise or my wife would raise, and the other person would go like, "Let's not talk about this." No. So when it has to do with, it's not about avoid. So in that video you talked about,
Yes.
even though it's not a very lengthy video,
Yes.
I try to make us understand that when we talk about something we like, I mean, we will be deceptive or in self-denial if we say that there are not things that we would like and things we don't like.
Like,
Every human being has what they like and what they don't like.
yeah.
And it's normal for our partner to know what we like. A lot of times, even way ahead of when we have gotten married. Before we get married, these are some of the things we talk about. Now, it may happen that after we've been married, certain things may creep in
Okay.
and make us forget some things that we were doing
Yeah.
even when we're single and courting. And so there should be a way of reminding ourselves that, okay, but now, I like this, and all of that. Now, that's different from comparison. Comparison is like saying, this person is better than you are.
Okay.
When I say I like something, I'm simply pointing you in the direction of something that I like, which we probably could work towards to adapt. I'm not insisting. I'm not trying to make you to make a U-turn from the person
Yes.
that you are
Yes.
into someone that you are not.
Okay.
I'm only trying to let you know that, come, I like this and all of that.
Okay. David King, I think you just said something that I love. You actually made me understand that for the fact that both of us are married, we should always have this in mind that this is what my partner likes.
Sure.
So when he expresses it, you shouldn't see it as him, just like what you're saying, trying to force you to be what you're not.
Mhm.
We should always understand that he's saying this out of how he feels,
Yeah.
nothing extra.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Mhm.
Because some persons, I actually love what you just said. Some persons should always see this as, who is this person? Before I got married to this person, what does he like?
Exactly.
Is he actually trying to express his normal self? Or there is something else attached? But we don't want to go deep into this one. We don't want to go into this one deeply. Now, last week there was something trending on social media
Mhm.
as regards to this Morocco player that the wife. Why are you laughing? You
I'm
already
laughing.
know. You already know.
It really did stir a buzz.
Yes, Hibab Abuk. She filed for divorce for and seeking for 50% of Hakim's wealth, and
Yes.
we discovered that he has willed it to the mother. Now, I don't want us to go deep into the issue, but I want us to just draw some facts into it.
Yes.
Why? I'm actually confused about this. Why is it that this we in this 21st century, we that are more modernized than our parents, well read, now the social media, the world is getting involved in, why is it that there is more divorce now? Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Then we say that our parents, our grandparents, they were forced into marriage. They never get to know themselves. There was no reason to have this courtship. You're just told that this man is from a good home, and you see it working. I'm not saying they don't have issues. There was issues then, but what I don't understand is how come that we that are well read now will have time for dating, you have go visit special places, you have time for courtship. But yet, okay, look at what happened to Akim. They got married 2020.
Yes.
Are you getting it?
Yes.
Now they have two sons,
Yes.
right? Now they want to file for divorce.
Yes.
Why? And before we always say it happens in the Western world, it's not common, but now you believe me that
It's right here in our backyard.
yes. So I want to know why. Why is it like that? Why, without our level of education, without our level of exposure,
Yes.
how come we're not better than our parents?
First and foremost, it's amazing and also sad
Okay.
that divorce is becoming very rampant. And it's so rampant that even in Abuja here, if you get to the Ministry of the Interior where marriages are being conducted,
Yeah.
as little as 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Are you serious?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Marriages are being dissolved.
So,
In their numbers,
wow.
in recent times, in Abuja here, if you get the statistics, you'll be amazed. Now, the whys are plenty.
Okay.
But if we begin to narrow it down, the connection is not too far. It's like a tree
Okay.
that grows from its stem and then branches off into so many branches.
Yeah.
So it looks like it has so many branches, so many leaves, but we have the tree having the source, which is the root.
Yeah.
So we can always narrow it down. Now, I tell people that a lot of people get married for the wrong reasons. They don't even know why they are married in the first place.
Okay.
A lot of other people so many people get into marriage having plan option B, option C, option D.
So sorry, what do you mean by option B? Option
In other words, from the day one, they have their plan for escape. Take, for instance, this Hakimi's stuff now.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking his mind. I'm not saying this is what he did.
Okay.
But I'm trying to find out what rationale that was behind his passing on all his wealth
to the mother.
onto his mother. Not that he's giving it to the mother, but the mother is just keeping it for him. I see something fishy.
Yes.
He's not revealing all of that. We are just seeing the outcome. Okay, the wife, needed half of his stuff, but couldn't get it, and people are hailing him, cheering him that he's being smart. Under all of that, I'm seeing someone who went into marriage from the first day and he had a plan B. We see it a lot. Ladies do it, guys do it. So trust is missing from day one. And I asked someone a question the other day. I said, why marry someone you don't trust? Because trust is not you don't choose to trust. Trust is earned.
Yeah.
Based on the relationship. As the two of you are in a relationship, I can't just say, I can't just decide to trust you. No. I trust you because I know you. I trust you because we're in a relationship. Yes. And that's why I tell singles too, don't rush into marriage. Get to know this person for really who he is or who she is. So the whys now. Every human being is selfish by nature.
Okay,
yes.
Why do you say so?
As a marriage coach, I deal with singles and couples who are planning to get married.
Yeah.
A lot of times you find them when they say, oh, I want to marry this person. I'm like, why do you want to marry this person? And you're hearing things like, he loves me. Okay. He loves me.
That's what you feel.
They treat me right. He respects me. He has a
just
couple.
Me.
So it's all about what is in it for me.
Me. Yeah.
Hardly do you find people saying, I want to get into marriage because I think there's something I want to do in this person's life.
Okay.
I think there's something I want to contribute.
Yeah.
So it's all about me. And then we run into trouble when the expectations
yes.
kind of stop.
Yeah.
And then you're like, he doesn't love me anymore. She doesn't love me anymore.
He's not
This
treating me the
is
way
all
he
about
should.
me.
Yeah.
What happens when we all in the marriage think about the other person? So I see the foundation of selfishness being the root cause of why people get divorced. Selfishness. And that is one of the things that marriage was actually instituted to solve.
Okay, I think no. I said it before you started talking. I said it's not just moments with Eucharia. You're having moments with David King, and every Thursday I'm always telling my listeners you must have something to go home with, and David King is here to give you alerts to go home with.
I think if I summarize what he said, he's just trying to point out those who are materialistic and go into relationships based on the things they see.
This still point down to what you were saying.
Yeah.
Because whoever that is going for that is all about how she feels when she gets to when she gets married to that person. The car, the comfort. That's just what she's looking at. It's all about yourself.
How does it satisfy me and all of that? So I was trying to say before that caller came that the major reason, like I said, just like a tree having many branches coming into the stem and into the root of the tree, I would want to narrow down the primary reason for divorce to be selfishness. Selfishness. Because you see, where two people are in a marriage and agreed that the other person did something that you couldn't take, you couldn't stand, and you're like, okay, I want to walk away. Now the question is, the other person who did what he did the person consider you before taking that action? So I'm not just talking about your selfishness, I'm talking about the other person's selfishness. You see, both of you are a team.
There's something I want to ask.
Yes, please.
Sometimes we feel that just like we always say, we're in a civilized world, things have changed. This idea of getting to know this person's family has civilization. Do we need to scrap it out and say it doesn't matter because these two persons love themselves, just like what the last caller said?
Yes.
That sometimes some persons don't get to the roots of where that person is coming from. There are some families that have this belief, and sometimes this belief control how they react to things.
Yes.
Now, do you still believe in trying to go to somebody's family, make research? Do you think it's still important?
In a sense, yes, it is.
Okay.
Now, it depends on the individual.
Okay.
You see, because when you get into a relationship with someone, you learn so many things by being around the person, by talking. But of course, you get to also know the person's siblings, the person's parents, and all of that. I have not yet had, I've been married, to my wife for like 7 years. I've not had the privilege of traveling to her place.
Okay.
But that's because her parents both live in Abuja, and all her siblings mostly are here.
Yeah.
So, but I've gotten to relate with them. I knew her parents, knew her siblings, all of them, before we married. Even though that was not the reason I decided to marry her, but at least it strengthened my conviction that I'm not just going into a family where I only know the wife or I only like my wife, but I also like her family, the kind of people they are and all of that. Now, it's important, you see, because marriage is, yes, primarily it's between you and the wife.
Yeah.
But you see, or you and the husband.
Yeah.
But you cannot separate that individual from where they are coming from. He or she is coming with a lot of baggages, which they could have built from the home front. Either the locality where they are from or something that, they carry on in their family, in their home. And if those things are not known, not for you to change, but for you to know, in order for you to make your decision.
I think you said something, it's true. You said not for you to change.
Change is beyond you.
Wow.
We can't change people. We can only influence people's changes or choices to change.
Now, some persons feel that because he loves me or because she loves me, you can change the person.
Some even say
Some
things
you come
like,
to a family, you want to change.
when I marry him, I will
will
change him. You will fail woefully.
Woefully.
Every
Wow.
human being changes when they decide
Side.
or
Wow.
choose to change, which must happen as a result of a conviction that, I need to change, which could come from anything or anywhere. If it doesn't happen, don't bother. So those investigations are important. So maybe not to target like investigation. You want to know this.
No.
It's important. You're about to spend the rest of your life with someone. It's not child's play. And you want to get in there armed with all the information that you think you need to help you. So whether it's attitude, whether it's behavior, whether it's family, take for instance, now we don't know, like I said, going back to that Hakimi's issue.
Sure.
We don't know why the man decided to hand or surrender his inheritance and everything that he owns to his mom.
Mother.
We don't even know if it's a tradition of their home family, if his other siblings do the same, but we are not aware. So these are the kind of things that you get to investigate. And a lot of times when we are talking about investigation, you may not necessarily have to ask direct questions. Because you ask direct questions, you might get direct, rehearsed answers.
Wow. Direct. Oh my God. You're actually saying one can get an edited version of reality.
Edited, and you take it as real.
Okay, we have a call. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
When you say true love, the love could be one-sided. In this particular scenario, it is one-sided because it's only been expressed by one person. Now, relationship, just like in biology, is supposed to be symbiotic and not parasitic. In other words, it's not supposed to be one person only putting in the effort. These are some of the things people are supposed to be looking out for before they commit to relationships. And if at this level of the relationship, it's only one person that is putting energy and effort into it, that's obviously the way to continue, because the other person is only expressing who they are and how much they are willing to give to it. So like I tell people, when you get involved in a relationship, don't overcommit your emotions to it. So that if at any point in time you want to pull away, you will not find yourself overly hurt. Leave your emotions, that thing that we call those jumping butterflies in the stomach. Allow it to rest. After you have been married and you've settled in, then you can begin to express all your kind of love for the other person to the fullest. Because at that point, this person is yours. But for that kind of relationship where only one person is pushing it, error.
So, did you get that?
Yes.
Okay.
My pleasure.
You're welcome.
So sorry about the event that occurred. It's painful, it's sad, but just like you said, when someone is advanced, so they are trying to, if I may use the word, get rid of this person. So she has to get married because age is not on her side. So because of that, of course, in fact, even when age is on their side, as family, they would want to keep those details that are a little bit private or secret that way, hoping that the other person doesn't know. And they think that they are doing good for that person's relationship, but it's wrong. And so if there are parents listening today, we are saying, all those things are not good. If someone wants to get married to your daughter or to your son, let them be married to the person for who he is. If they've done any mistake in the past, it's a mistake in the past. So if that person wants to continue in your future, they should be able to accept you with your baggage. And if they cannot accept you, then let them let you be. For that person that will accept you to do that. So parents are not even helping. And we can understand this. I said earlier that all human beings are selfish in nature. So even the parents are considering, oh, this is my daughter. This is what I need for my daughter to get married. You're not considering the man. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's for the man. You know a secret about the man, and you're not telling this young lady. It's not a good starting point. So, talking about what to do, like you said, you've already sent her away. Now, even though you are hurt, I know that may not be the solution. It's about the two of you now. You may have been hurt, but get to talk to her. Ask, how do you feel, first and foremost, about her? Are you missing her? Are you thinking that, okay, even though she has done this, we can repair this? I mean, we can all come out clean. Can we continue? It's harder to deal with things like that,
Okay, So
Yes,
we'll
please.
have a call. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, here's the thing. Everyone gets angry. The question is, at what?
Yeah.
So if she has never gotten angry for the almost 1 year that you've known her, it's possible that you've not triggered that thing that touches her in the place of anger yet. Maybe one day you will. Maybe one day you may never. It's about the trigger. Like I said, every human being gets angry. It's an emotion that every human being shares. The question is, at what? Now, that aside, secondly, talking about human personalities, there are some group of people who, when we talk about temperaments, they are people pleasers by nature. They are yes men. They love the place of sacrifice. They love the place where, even if you upset them, they don't even know how to express it and all of that. They are phlegmatics. Yes. So it's possible that that is the personality where she is, and she's the kind of person, for instance, that she can give you her last money. And if she doesn't have money and you ask for money, she might even go borrow to give you rather than tell you no. Phlegmatics don't know how to say no. So it's also possible that her temperamental side is on that. Yes. If a man is phlegmatic, for instance, let's see a twist, for instance. That man almost may never be a decision maker at home. He's the kind of person that people might even call a woman rapper, because it's like the wife is taking the lead. At times, anytime the wife comes and like, sweetheart, what do we do? And it's like, anything. What do you think? He pushes it back to the wife. He's not weak.
Sorry. We'll have a call there. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's not good. I'm being very straight to the point now. It's not good. That is witchcraft. He cannot be monitoring you like you to the point where he's even saying, enter the car, let me take you. The reason it's not good is because he will be controlling. He will swallow you up. And he's not going to trust you. Now, for him, it could be an obsession. But for you, it's unhealthy. That's the truth about it. So he should be able to control himself and not find himself with that overwhelming presence around any person that he's in a relationship with. You know why I like his call?
Yeah.
I like telling people, I said, in the midst of all this chaos, there are people that are enjoying their marriage.
Yes, he said 10 years is like yesterday.
And he's not regretting it. He's not thinking
and he's not even thinking of another woman in any form.
So it's possible.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you see something that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Sorry, just in case anybody listening is not a Christian.
Okay.
So I just want to digress a little bit, because this source of what I want to say comes from the Bible.
Okay.
It happens that in the book of Genesis, when God created Adam, and later decided that God himself said, this thing that I've done is not good, that the man is alone.
Yes.
Adam did not request for Eve. God said that there is something that Adam needs that I cannot supply. And he went to bring Eve. And the issue is that Eve was suitable for Adam. That word, suitability, is what a lot of people should be looking out for before they get married. There's nothing wrong with this woman. There's nothing wrong with this man. The question is she suitable to me?
Yeah.
Is he suitable to me? What are those things that I cannot take when I'm around him that some other person will be rejoicing for? So that's it. If we can look at that, the suitability, we would fit. Just like they say, you don't put a square peg in a round hole. There's something in you that will connect with me. Imagine if you are traveling to Abuja from Lagos by flight, and we get into the same flight. You may not be coming to Abuja for the same reason that I'm coming to Abuja for, but something is connecting us, and that is destination. So can we find out what is making this person compatible to my life that will make our future to be unique?
Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's I would say it's good and I'll say it's bad. In other words, it's both ways. Good in the sense that, I mean, it shows that you think that he should have a relationship with your mom, and because your mom called, it's okay for him to say hello to your mom, which is fine. Some people may not like it because it's like putting them on the spot. They would even prefer to be the one to say, oh, let me talk to your mom. Or they might even want to call your mom by themselves with their phone to say, mommy, I just called today to say hello. But making it like they must talk to your mom every time your mom calls, some people may not like it. So just get to understand the other person and why they are feeling uneasy about it.
Yeah.
It may not necessarily be because they don't want to greet your mom, but it's good for you to know from him how he sees it and how he takes it. And there's nothing wrong with respecting the other person's point of view at times. I mean, it's just a greeting, Abi. You're welcome. That is what you wanted. Now, first and foremost, it could just be a woman thing. When I say a woman thing, not that there's anything bad about it. We're talking about men and women being different.
Yeah.
So the way a man views something and the way a woman views something are not always together. So it's possible that could be the case, and it looks as though it's only her. If you might seek a second or a third opinion from another woman, it's possible. When I say another woman, not that you don't believe in your wife's conclusions, but you might just realize that, okay, it's a woman thing. That's why she's tilting in that direction.
And sometimes, let me comment, it
Yes,
also
please.
depends. Sometimes if there are some men that might say, okay, I don't want you to be making this hair. I don't want you to make up. I don't want to. And you find out that the person is someone that gets, she derive her pride as a person from all
Some
those
of those things.
And now you want her to stop it.
Yes. Where you're trying to create the image of the person that you want in who you are seeing.
Yeah.
And maybe some of these things you may not even have discussed it with her before the marriage.
Yeah.
For instance, one of the things I told my wife when we married, in fact, the only law that I set in my home is no tying of wrapper.
Oh my God, I love that. No,
So
that's good.
we are 7 years now in our marriage.
Yeah.
To this day, we don't have wrapper in our house. The
Why
only
she's
thing we
going
have
for
to cook.
women meetings.
No. My wife, wrapper. No, don't remind me of my mom. My mom was the wrapper tire.
David, you're very funny.
No, I don't have a problem with ladies tying wrapper. I said my wife.
Yeah, I love that. My wife.
And then my wife is she has this tomboyish nature, so it flows well. So even naturally, she doesn't like
She's not a wrapper
dressing
person.
with wrapper. The one I was talking about is tying wrapper around the house.
I don't like it. I don't even like it.
So there are some things to talk about before marriage.
See, this thing still boils down to what you're saying.
Yes.
Getting somebody, like there was this video clip I watched. Was it Salma or something? It said marry someone that shares same value with you.
Yeah.
You understand? And sometimes people should always understand that this is my own perception. Marriage is like two person. It's like a project. Two persons are saying.
Please
this
add
is
the
what,
word different
okay,
to the two persons.
Okay, two different persons, okay, are coming together and say, okay, this is our project, this is what we want to achieve, this is how we're going to do it. And people almost have similar idea, but
Yes.
of course it can't be the same. You express it differently.
Yes.
And now if you have to bring somebody totally different into the picture, you find out that you always have problems.
Yes.
So people should always have it in mind that
If I write 66 here now,
okay,
what will you be saying?
99.
99.
Yes.
What if I tell you that that's not 66? Sorry, that's not 99, it's 66. I'm the one that wrote it.
You could be right.
From my point of
The
view,
view, yeah.
I'm right. From your point of view, you are
You're
right.
right,
We
yeah.
are both right based on what we are seeing. That's why when we get into marriage, we should understand the place of perspective.
Yeah.
So at times, if I say I wrote 66 and you're saying you are seeing 99, the work that I have to do is to bring you to my side, to make you understand why 66. A lot of us are not willing to go through that expression of trying to convince you. Yet people do it every day. You can go to the market and someone will get you to buy something you didn't plan to buy by virtue of how they sold it to you. So there's something called marketing inside marriage.
Wow.
Yes.
David, honestly, I think our time is almost up. So what would you have to tell them before we end the program?
Okay, my word for us is this. It is very possible for every marriage. I chose my words correctly. It is very possible for every marriage to be successful. Where we have a marriage that is unable, where you hear people go into lengths like irreconcilable differences, it's because of the presence of unwillingness, either from one of the parties or from both parties. But where willingness is present, any marriage can work because it is teamwork. It is not a me, myself, and I thing. It is us working together as a team. So it's a question of how do we make our team work? We go to the mechanic to check our cars from time to time. We don't allow it break down on the road unless we are careless. So even your marriage, don't wait for it to crash before you're now thinking of repair. At times, that repair, it would have been damaged beyond repair. Once in a while, do some maintenance. Talk with your partner. See a counselor if you need to. Ask questions. How far have we gotten to? How much improvement have we made? We do that before things go out of hand. That's my closing statement for us.
Thank you very much, David King Etienne. Please go to his Instagram page. Go and like the page. Go and follow the page so that you have to learn more. There are a lot of videos there. You will have opportunity to ask him questions. And also, Moments of Realities by Eucharia. Go to our Instagram page. If you have any question, you want to get more of our talk show today, you can always do that. So please, we will have you next week again. Remember, it's Moments of Realities every Thursday, 4 p.m. on Radio Maria 91.3, The Voice of Truth. Do have a lovely day ahead.